Hi, everybody, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. Hope everyone is doing well. I'm Huss. I'm with Jordan, and we've got another special video for you today. And this is the best budget FPL players. So, players who we think are quite undervalued, as in their price is probably cheaper than what they should be, and players that we think you should be looking at ahead of the season. Um, so, we've picked 6 players for you, and we will probably speak on a couple more as well. But the 6 players we've got is players that we think are slightly cheap and maybe a bargain, should you say? So I've got Jordan with me. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Hoping everyone in the chat is all right too. I see a lot of you are already joining in the stream already, so thank you for watching so far, and hope you enjoyed the rest of the stream that we have planned for you.
Yeah, Jordan. If you could read out some of the comments I've got, if you pull them up, because there's quite a few. If you just pull all the
Yeah, so
comments up.
we got Edit here says Lego. FPL Penguin says hey, hello to you, FPL Penguin. Nice to see you. Leo is good 123 says hi lads, hello to you as well. And we got Kyle Patrick Vineyard who says, hi, boys, how are you doing? We're doing good, thanks.
Yeah, mate, we're doing well. We're doing well. Hope you're good. Um, so yeah, Jordan, let's get into it. I guess. Um, let's pull up the first player. Now, the first player on our list is it's not really a on obvious pick. Maybe it is, but we believe Trent is a bargain. I know he's 7.5 million and he's a premium defender, but even if Trent was 8.5 million, let's say, I still would have him in my team, in my opinion. Even 9 million, I still probably have him in my team. So at 7.5, he's just so cheap. So in my opinion, he's definitely coming in. If you just look at Trent last season, I've got some of his stats up. 2 goals, 12 assists in the league. He made 32 appearances. His expected assists per 90 at 0.35 and his expected goals per 90 also 0.08. And we've spoke about Trent many a time. You look at his first 5 fixtures: Fulham, Palace, Man United, Bournemouth, and Newcastle. Looks very, very good. So he's definitely one that I'm considering. Well, he's in my team pretty much. I know he's a bit template, and everyone is going to have Trent, but yeah, he's the first bargain player. Would you say, Jordan? What's your thoughts on him?
Yeah, with Trent, absolutely a player to must have in your team. I mean, last season I made the mistake of not starting with Trent as I was new to fantasy, so I didn't know who was really a valued player to have. But now that I've gained the knowledge over last season, going into this season, I'm definitely having Trent in my team starting from game week 1 onwards. As Huss has explained, statistically, Trent last season was on form. He didn't miss a single game, so he's nailed as he can possibly be, playing 32 out of 32. Even scoring 2 goals as a defender, that's pretty good as well. And gaining 12 assists, I think it was the second most assists for a player to get last season, wasn't it?
No, he got the most assists
Oh, the
for
most
a
assists.
defender. So
Okay, so yeah, that's a more impressive record. 12 assists, the most in the season last time. And yeah, the run of fixtures is great. And you got Fulham in game week 1, got Crystal Palace in game week 2, Man United in game week 3, which I don't know why it's a red, but we'll leave it at that. And then Bournemouth in game week 4, and then Newcastle, it might be a bit tricky in game week 5, but as fixtures go in the first 5, that's perfect. Yeah, it's definitely, if you don't have Trent in your team, then I'll be quite worried.
yeah, I pretty much agree with you. I think Leo is good. Also agrees with you. Says I thought he'll be around 8.5, 9. Yeah, we were surprised, and I think even at 9 million, he's someone that would have came into our team. Um, Regan, we're doing well. Hope you're
Yeah,
well as well.
all good.
But yeah, let's talk a bit more about Trent. Obviously, he's both in our teams, right? He's in your team as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, Trent obviously 32 appearances, 0 coming off the bench. So he's one player that is nailed. You should say he's not really rotated much. I know Liverpool signed the young right back Calvin Ramsey. but you still expect Trent to play majority of the games. And he is the first player on our list, guys, that we think you should definitely have in your team. And we believe he is cheap, even at 7.5. So let's move on to the second player. And the second player is Luis Diaz. So as you can see, he made 13 appearances for Liverpool. 2 were off the bench. 4 goals and 3 assists in the 13 appearances. His expected assists per 90 at 0.17 and his expected goals per 90 at 0.42. I know Jordan is a massive fan of Luis Diaz. He's the one that was kind of raving about him, about having him in your team from, pretty much as the last season ended. He was like, I'm going to have Luis Diaz in my team no matter what. You still stick by that, that you like Luis Diaz and he's someone that you're definitely having in your Game Week 1 team?
Absolutely. I think Luis Diaz is the first player that I'm 100% on in having in my team. There is not a single bit of doubt that he won't be featured in the first game week onwards for me. I mean, with his 13 appearances last season and 2 coming off the bench, he showed how well he can perform in matches, even when he hasn't played the full 90 minutes in a match. And with 4 goals and 3 assists to back that up as well. And the XG per 90 is 0.42, which is very high. And it's a little bit high because he didn't play a lot, but still, with that statistic in mind, he has that goal threat and is a tactician for the assist as well. So he is definitely one that you want to have in your team at 8 million as well. So he didn't rise in price, he stayed the same from last season, which is even better. And similar to Trent as well, who stayed the same at 7.5 mil. He's definitely another Liverpool player and an asset to have in your team. Probably if you want to triple up on Liverpool, he is one of the ones you want to have as part of that triple up. And the same with the fixtures as well, similar to, same as Trent. You can see how well they are at the start. So yeah, that's why I'm having Luis Diaz in my team. And I'm assuming a lot of people will also have Luis Diaz starting as well.
Yeah. So I take it that you think Luis Diaz is the best 8 million midfielder, because there's a bunch of them. Do you think he's the standout out of all of them?
I do think, he will be the standout 8 million player. I do think he will get out of all the 8 million players, I think he'll get the most points this season.
Oh, there's a brave shout there from Jordan.
I do believe that Luis Diaz will shine bright this season. Absolutely shine bright.
Well, as a Liverpool fan, I hope you're right on that. But yeah. We've got another comment here. I should read a couple of comments out from FPL River. Says, evening lads, hope you're both good. Yeah, we're doing well, mate.
All good.
Also, just Elliot says 100% so far, lads. Trent and Diaz in my draft. Someone says he's not. FPL River says not a Liverpool fan, but Diaz is a baller, locked in my team.
Same
Salah,
for me.
Trent, Diaz, locked in for him. But yeah, just giving my thoughts on Luis Diaz. We know Mane's left. That means Luis Diaz is pretty much nailed to play on that left-hand side, in my opinion. We saw what he did last season when he came in. He looked like a live wire in that team. And I just think he's going to get better. Full preseason under his belt. You have to understand, obviously, coming into a new league, obviously new language, new team, and he fitted in like a glove. I believe he's going to go to another level. And I do see him potentially being the better of the 8 million midfielders. And obviously, as Jordan said, he expects Luis Diaz to outscore every other 8 million midfielder. We will come back to that, obviously, end of the season, and we will see on that prediction, Jordan. But I actually agree with you. I think you could be right with that one. I wouldn't be surprised if Luis Diaz does end with more points than like a Foden and these guys, just purely because he is pretty nailed, as we mentioned.
Yeah, I just don't see the mentality in other 8 million players from last season where they play compared to Diaz. It's like with Luis Diaz, he wanted to show a point to Klopp that I want to be in the starting 11 in Liverpool. I don't want to be a bench option that comes on for 20 minutes and then that's it. He wants to play the full 90, and he's proven that last season that he's a starter and not a bench warmer.
Oh yeah, 100%, man. He just comes in and obviously, we thought maybe he comes in and you see he took Jota out the team, so Jota ended up getting dropped. Mane started playing down the middle, and then Luis Diaz went on the left. But yeah, guys, look, we do believe Luis Diaz is a bit could be potentially a bit undervalued. I know he's 8 million, but maybe 8.5, 9 mil, because we think he is a cheap bargain at his price, and we think he can score a lot of points. And we know Liverpool have one of the best attacks, as well as Man City, so he should get a lot of chances. And yeah, obviously they've signed Darwin Núñez as also. It will be interesting to see what they do with that. But yeah, Núñez is on our list, and we like him. So let's move on to the next player on the list. The next player on our list is actually Yasu, who is a 4.5 million defender. He made 21 appearances last season for Arsenal. One of them was off the bench. So 20 starts. He didn't score any goals. He got the 1 assist. His expected goals, obviously, very low, 0.04. His expected assist per 90 is 0.03. So the reason he's in here is because we expect him to play pretty much every game if he's fit at that right back spot for Arsenal. And yeah, he's just someone that we like, that you can get into Arsenal's defense at a very decent price of 4.5 million. And yeah, mainly because of the fixtures. What do you reckon of those fixtures, Jordan? If you just look, on the screen, what is your view on Arsenal defenders for that first 5?
I do think it is definitely worth to have an Arsenal defender in your team because of the fixtures as well. Arsenal arguably have one of the best 5 fixtures to start off with Crystal Palace, first one, Leicester at home, second, the Bournemouth away in the third, and then Fulham in the 4th game week, and then Aston Villa in the game week 5. So they're playing 2 promoted teams to start off with, and their home fixtures are pretty good as well. So you can't argue with Arsenal's fixture run at the start of the season. And I think Yasu is a gem to have in your team to start the season off with. I do think he's going to rack up those points, whether it is for clean sheets and assists. Maybe if he's lucky, maybe a cheeky goal in there too. But from last season, with his appearances, like 21, and then played 1 off the bench, yeah, we do see that he's going to be a nailed Arsenal defender who has that attacking threat also. So, yeah.
Yeah, with Yasu, sorry, he would have obviously played more games. He did get injured, and he missed a large chunk of the season through injury. So that's the thing about Yasu. Leo is good, says Yasu is a bargain at 4.5 in a top team. Locked for him. FPL River says he likes Yasu's price, but he's not the most attacking of wing backs. And Oscar Willis says, hello, boys. Hello to you, Oscar.
Hello, Oscar.
Also, I just want to say, guys, if you are enjoying the content, don't forget to smash the like button. And also, guys, we've just passed over 300 subs. If you could subscribe to our channel if you're new and hit the like button, that would be very much appreciated from both of us. But talking about Yasu, I like the fixtures a lot. As you guys can see, a lot of green in there. I do like Yasu at that price range. 4.5 is very cheap to get into a back 4 of a top 6 team. And he's one I'm definitely looking at myself. But obviously, with my tactic of going big at the back, maybe he's one I avoid. But if you are looking for a 4.5 million defender, I think Yasu should be right at the top of your list, guys. As I believe the fixtures and his likeliness to actually start games is quite high. So I don't see many better 4.5 million defenders, to start the season. Would you agree, Jordan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Arsenal yesterday played a friendly, and I don't think Yasu was featured in that one. So he's been rested, which could possibly mean it's a good sign for him to start fresh in the next season, because Arteta probably has plans to keep him fit and
yeah, he'll be used first team.
Yeah,
for sure.
So, yeah, I have high hopes for Yasu in the start of the game. It'll be exciting to see what he can do in Arsenal as well, because they have made some interesting signings this season. So that'll play a good part.
Yeah. Obviously, we do like Arsenal's fixtures, and I think I will definitely look to have at least one or two Arsenal players in our first 11 draft for the game week 1. So yeah, guys, that is the next player that is on our list, Tomiyasu, who we believed could be a cheap bargain. So the next player on our list, let's swiftly move on, and that is another Arsenal player, which is Martinelli. Now, Martinelli made 29 appearances last season, 21 starts, 8 of them were off the bench, 6 goals, 7 assists. His expected goals per 90 at 0.16 and his expected goals per 90 at 0.35. So his stats aren't too bad. And as with Tomiyasu, you look at his fixtures: Palace away, Leicester, Bournemouth, Fulham, Villa. All very winnable, for Arsenal. And Arsenal would be expected to get maybe 9, 12 points in those games if they want to get top 4. And Martinelli, I do like him a lot, especially at that price bracket. He is 6 million. So at 6 million, I like Martinelli a lot. And I think he's definitely one you guys should be considering at that price bracket. I know the worry with him is he nailed? Because obviously FPL River just says here is a rotation risk. I 100% agree. He is a rotation risk. And that is the worry. But like I say, when he does play, he is a good option and he will get game time. Now, maybe you can, I don't know, at his price, maybe not afford to have him as a bench player. But if you are willing to take that risk, maybe see how he does game week 1, game week 2. And the problem is, if he doesn't play against Palace in game week 1 or he doesn't play against Leicester in game week 2, then maybe you start panicking a bit. Will he get a game against Bournemouth or Fulham? And that's the worry with Martinelli. But at that price range, 6 million, he could be a very good. He could be like a gem. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, Martinelli's an interesting one. It's similar to saying Ketia. Because of the new signings and the players that have come in, it does make Martinelli a rotation risk. But despite him being a rotation risk, it's probably a risk that might pay off if you decide to bring him in your team. Just from his previous stats, as we see on the screen, he's played 29 and played 8 off the bench, 6 goals and 7 assists. And the XG per 90 for goals is 0.35. So it's not bad stats from his last season. And if he gets a lot of appearances in matches this season, then Martinelli will certainly flourish, I think. Like when I saw him play last season with Arsenal, he was a bit unlucky, I would say, at times in matches where he would have chances but not really finish them. But then he would have chances that he would easily take. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. But I do think Martinelli is a consideration. I'm personally considering Martinelli over Saka, but it's more for budget rather than quality and nailed player. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I do think if you do go for Martinelli, it could potentially pay off for you, especially for budget-wise too. Saves you money.
Yeah, I echo your thoughts right there. I think Martinelli is a good pick. 6 million is a very good price if he can become a nail star, which obviously is the risk with him. But, this video is about cheap gems. And we think at that 6 million price, he's definitely one we're having both our eyes on. And yeah, we'll see how he goes. Let's see the Palace game, if he starts that Palace game. If he starts the Palace game, I think he could become a serious option for the next 4 games, 5 games, because I think we'll know a lot after game week 1. That's why we're going to check out preseason as well, I guess, to see how much minutes he gets.
Just speaking of preseason, this is related to Never Give Up FPL's comment. Martinelli played in the first preseason match, so maybe he's a blunt for some minutes. So yeah, he did come on in the Nuremberg match after half time and played 44 minutes.
Yeah, 45, I think, or something he played.
Yeah, so he came on after half time just to. But
also,
yeah,
I believe he got 2 assists as well when he came on yesterday. I think he got 2 assists. So let us know, guys, in the comments. Martinelli 2 assists yesterday, and also obviously Gabriel Jesus also scored 2 goals in the second half, I believe.
Yeah.
Sorry, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I mean, it was basically what you just said there. The 2 assists.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, him coming off the bench and getting the opportunities like he would if he was playing full 90. So it was a good sign to see.
Oh yeah, obviously. Very good. And yeah, it's good to see him get on and getting involved. So he's definitely one guy that you should look out as a cheap gem. Got some comments here. FPL River, he's always one bad performance away from being dropped. Yep, that's a fair comment because obviously Arsenal do have quite a few players in that position in the up front. Chief says, "Evening lads, looking sharp." Huss, thank you.
Evening,
Uh,
Chief.
Oscar Willis says, "Defo buy for him." So there you go. Someone is on the Martinelli train. Let's move on now, Jordan, to another player. And that player is the guy that you see on our thumbnail, which we hope you guys like because Jordan spent hours on that thumbnail, guys. So shout out to Jordan for the new graphics because I think he's done a smashing job. Let us know what you think of the new thumbnail and the new graphics in the comments as well because yeah, Jordan's been working hard for them. Like he's done an amazing job in my opinion.
Oh,
But
thank you.
yeah, let's chat about Neto. So obviously we know Neto got an injury last. He missed a large chunk of last season through injury. Unfortunately, he only made 13 appearances. 8 of them appearances were actually off the bench. So there you go. So obviously we know what happened with Neto: 1 goal, 1 assist. His numbers aren't too bad. XG per 90 at 0.29, and expected assist at 90 is 0.22. Now, yeah, I was going to pull up this comment actually from FPL River. Said Neto is the darling of FPL Twitter, which is true, but we have to speak about Neto. I've got a comment actually here from Never Give Up FPL, which said good job to Jordan, obviously for the graphics.
Oh, thank you. It's very much appreciated.
Sorry, Neto. Yeah, obviously there is a lot of hysteria and hype, should we say, surrounding Neto. I've seen him in a lot of teams. He is priced at 5.5 million, and I think that's why a lot of people are like swayed towards Neto. Because at that price, there's not much. If I'm being honest, there's 5.5 million. It's very cheap. If he gets game time, we know he's a good player. Now, coming off the injury, obviously, it is a bit tough for him. But we know he's a good player on his day. But what do you think of their fixtures, Jordan, as Wolves? Are you keen on Wolves as a team? Obviously, they did struggle a bit last
Yeah.
season, but do you think they could turn it around, especially with the first 5 fixtures they have? Or what's your opinions?
Yeah, I think they can turn it around. I mean, the start when Wolves started last season, they started off really strong. It was just near the end where they started to fall apart, maybe down to injuries, especially, and fatigue and tired players and tired legs. But yeah, I do have hopes for Wolves starting strong this start of this season, especially with Leeds as their first game, and then they have newly promoted Fulham in the second. Tottenham one arguably is a bit tough for them, but we'll see. Same with Newcastle home. But then they got an easier one after that. They got a little chillax fixture with Bournemouth away in game week 5. So it'll be a good see. It'll be a good insight to see how we'll start the game week off. But we'll certainly know from after game week 2 how they do with the harder fixtures. But with the easy ones they've got, they should be pretty good to go. I think this season.
All right, Jordan, I'm gonna let you take some comments quickly, the ones I've missed.
Yeah. Okay, so Never Give Up FPL says, I got Neto in my draft, and it seems impossible to get rid of him. He is like glue. Yeah, that's very true, because in my draft, I've had to put him in because I can't really fit anyone else in. 5.5 mil is pretty much whatever you got left from putting in your other players that you really want. And there's no, as I mentioned before, there's no one really around that price margin that could fit in that slot. Neto is pretty much the only one with potential to do well this season. Another comment from Never Give Up FPL says, "Oh yeah, he's correcting the mistake. That's all right." FPL River says, "To be fair, he is in my current draft. Yeah, as I just said, he's in mine too, and I think he was in Huss's too as well. So it's good. I think Neto is going to be in a lot of drafts in the first game week. So unless something else happens that replaces him, but I doubt it.
He is becoming quite template. I've seen him in a lot of teams, haven't I?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, I didn't really know what the hype was before he was mentioned, because all of a sudden now he's just popped up in FPL.
I think it's a lot of is down to his price. That 5.5 million is quite cheap for a starting player in a in a mid-table team, and we know before his injury he was doing quite well. I know in that in 1920 season, I believe he played quite well. He's got some decent numbers up, but after that serious ACL injury he had, we don't know what player is going to come back like. So, but at that price, people are willing to take a punt, and he is nailed. So I think you know people are swayed towards it, especially the price. Gravy Dave says Wolves don't score though. Yeah, there is that worry with Wolves. They don't seem to get many goals. They are quite a good defensive team. They don't concede much, but they also don't score much. And Jimenez is another player that usually, a couple of seasons ago he was banging in a lot of goals, but since that injury as well, Jimenez has kind of struggled as well. So it'll be interesting to see what Wolves do. Do they get more goals, and are they a bit more open and expansive this season, or are they going to be a bit more defensive and try look to play on the break? Never give up. FPL says you're right. It's the 5.5 million price. When you search, you only find 4.5 million bench fodder. Yep, there you go. I think
Yeah,
price is the one
that's the
that
problem.
is, yeah, that is key with Neto. But yeah, we're going to move on. We both have Neto in our team. We do think he probably is one of the better 5.5 million options in midfield, especially for a team, around the mid-table that we expect them to finish, and someone who is certainly has the potential to be nailed as a starter for Wolves, and we know he is a good player. Moving on to, I believe, the final player, the sixth player on our list, and that is maybe not really a surprise, but Perisic. He played 34 times for Inter Milan last season. Obviously, we've got his stats from Serie A. One of those appearances was off the bench, so he made 33 starts, 8 goals, which is very respectable, 6 assists, and his expected assists per 90 at 0.25. His expected goals is also at 0.16. So very good numbers. He's also priced at 5.5 million, and he's a defender. And you take a look at Tottenham's fixtures: Southampton, Chelsea, Wolves, Forest, and West Ham. It looks very good. We hope the fact that he does get to play. There are slight worries with him regarding rotation and minutes risk. Would he get subbed off early? Because last season he did play majority of those games, but the season before that, when Conte was in charge, Conte did like to sub him off quite a bit. So there is that worry there. But we assume that he will play majority of those games, and he will play past 60 minutes, because Spurs do have they don't have great options in the wing back area, as we saw last season, because Conte was, you could tell straight away he was chopping and changing fullbacks every single game, because he wasn't really happy with Sessegnon. Then he tried, I think he tried Royale there, and then he tried the other Davies as well. So I think Perisic is his man. It's the one he wanted. Conte, he's got him in, and I assume if he stays injury free, he should play majority games. There's always that minutes risk with him though. Jordan, I'll let you take some comments.
Okay, so we have Krogsberg here says, what you guys think about owning Kane and Haaland and replacing Salah with Foden?
I'll let you take that. Well, very quickly. What's your thoughts?
I guess I've seen a few people that want to own Kane and Haaland just because of Spurs have Southampton as the first fixture, and arguably Man City have West Ham in the first fixture, which might be a bit tough for them. But the last bit of your comment, replacing Salah with Foden, is an interesting one, because I don't think many people are going to opt to do that just because of Salah is the GOAT of FPL for one thing, and on the other hand, Foden is a rotation risk. As we've seen in the Pep rotation, it's not guaranteed how many minutes Foden will play, or if he'll play in all matches. So there is that too. I mean, it would be different to go with another player other than Salah against the grain, but it'll be a very risky move to do that, because Salah will be highly owned in the first game week onwards, because of Liverpool having Fulham, I think, in their first game.
Yeah.
Week.
My thoughts, I saw replacing Salah and I was like, nah, I can't replace Salah. I think this is my theory regarding Salah, the whole Salah stuff. I think a lot of people I've seen on FPL Twitter, they're saying, oh, if we take Salah out our team, we can spread the money around and our overall team looks better. How can we get rid of Salah and bring in another player? Can we make up for it? I think all the people, maybe I'm wrong, but I think all the people that are debating going without Salah, come game week 1, they'll all revert back to Salah. I think people now are just thinking, oh, can we get by without Salah, whatnot? But let the game start, the actual game week 1. Guarantee everyone's bringing Salah in. I think people are just, guys, don't waste your time. Salah's in your team, so
I do think
that's my opinion on the Salah stuff. I think people are just, I don't know.
I do think it's because he's 13 mil this season. I think that extra 0.5 mil from where he was 12.5 mil last season has put some people off. It's like with Son being, how much is Son? 13 mil, isn't he?
Yeah, no, Son is 12 mil. He was 11.5. Yeah.
Again, that sort of killed Son off being 12 mil because he's not in any person's draft that I've seen. And it might be the similar case for Salah, but it's still mad. Not to have either Son or Salah, you got to have one or the other. You can't have it, not both of them or one of them.
Yeah, that's true. Well, if I'm being honest, if Salah was 14 mil, I'd probably still get him in. So, but yeah, 13 is fine. But yes, like I said, Salah, I think if you want to go with that Salah, fair enough. I think a lot of the chat, I think they're going to flip back again and they're going to have Salah in their team. Most people that are considering going without him. Never Give Up says, I've jumped off the Perisic train. River says, Perisic also in my draft. Great as a wing back. Spurs said today that Reguilon is up for sale, which helps with rotation worries. Yep, that's a good point. Never Give Up says, but it's still Perisic, a 60 mil player, 6 million player or a sub. I think he will play. Maybe he is a 60 million player, though. Yeah, could be true.
I do think he's a 60 million player.
Yeah, there you go. Jordan agrees. Kane for game week 1, then transfer to Haaland in game week 2. Is that simple? Yep, that could be what I'm actually doing, guys. So yeah, Leo is good. He's on the ball. I think he starts. Got FPL Alex here. Says, hello lads, I'm new to the channel. How are you guys doing?
We're good, thanks, and welcome to the channel. Hope you're liking the stream so far, and yeah, thank you. And welcome.
Yeah, welcome to the channel, Alex. Hope you're doing well. If there is any other newbies in here that are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our streams, because a lot of our content is live streamed. I do have a question for you guys also, guys. Do you guys like the longer live stream type videos? Would you prefer if we did make shorter videos and posted them, would you prefer the live streams? Let us know in the comments. And also, guys, don't forget to like this video as it helps the algorithm. And yeah, I'll let you take this comment as well, Jordan.
Leo's Good 123 says, if you want to win FPL, you must have Salah in your team. Best scoring player. I mean, yeah, you can't really argue with that comment from Leo.
Yeah, well, Salah actually has 200 plus points for the last 5 seasons in FPL. So if you are backing against Salah, or if you think you can go without Salah, fair enough. I'm just not that brave to do that, or I don't know if I'm willing to go there. Elliot says long videos, please, live as well. Okay. So I guess everyone prefers the live streams because of the interaction. So yeah, obviously we are going to keep the live streams. It's just I want to know, like, because I know a lot of other people do make the shorter clips, and we do prefer the longer live streams, I guess.
Yeah. We thought we'd ask as well just to see what your preference was from the chat, obviously, because
yeah. Also, so these are the 6 players. If you could quickly run through all of them, Jordan.
Okay, so let's start from the beginning. So our first player was Alexander Trent. Our second player was Luis Diaz. Our third player was Tommy Yasu. Our fourth player was Martinelli. Our fifth player was Neto. And our final player was Perisic. So if you guys didn't see any of those as I was clicking through it quick, or you just joined the stream just now, you will be able to view it obviously after the stream is ended if you want to go back and watch over any of the bits where you want to see the information or statistics about players we've mentioned beforehand. So it will be there for you guys to see and view.
Okay, yep. Thank you for that. Also, guys, if you are watching the stream back later on, please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're new. We've just passed 332 subscribers, I think. So, yeah, road to 500 subs, I guess. And if you could like, also, that would be appreciated. Also, is there any player, Jordan, that else you want to add? Because we've mentioned 6. There is one player I had in mind that we didn't make a graphic for him, but there is one player that I thought maybe could be a cheap gem if he picks up form, and that is Marcus Rashford. I just thought I'd throw him in there because I know Marcus Rashford didn't have a great season last year, but he's priced at 6.5 million, which is 3 million less than what he was last season. So he could be a decent option if, Man United pick up form and they start playing well again, and if he's in Ten Hag's plans. I think 6.5 million Marcus Rashford could be decent because usually he's a 9.5 million player.
Yeah, he got a massive nerf in terms of his price. I do, as a Man United fan, I do hope that he is a part of Ten Hag's playing because I feel like he has been a bit, I'll say, unfortunate with how Man United have been past seasons, and it's just made his quality just deplete as seasons have gone, and plus also injury too has affected him. But I do hope this season for him is a turnaround as well as for Man United.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, I thought I'd mention Rashford in there because obviously we're doing cheap gems, and he's a potential cheap gem. Now, and obviously there's a lot of caveats surrounding that if he can get form back. But we'll have to wait and see with Man United. FPL River also says Nico Williams, 4 million, could be gold at Forest. He probably is the best 4 million defender in the game if he moves to Forest, in my opinion, because he's going to play every game. Obviously, it depends how well Forest do, because if Forest, we expect them to concede quite a few goals. Obviously, that's what newly promoted teams usually aren't the best defensively. So we'll have to see how Forest are as a team. But Nico Williams is going to play every game if he's fit. So in that way, yeah, I agree. So maybe he will be on everyone's bench as a 4 million cheap player.
Yeah, there's not many.
Korea Krosberg said there's a rumor that players that goes from Bundesliga to Premier League drop points. Shouldn't Kane be the player to go for, and Haaland might be the rotation risk? This is actually a good shout. Obviously, there is a massive debate going in FPL right now, Kane v Haaland. We probably will do a separate stream talking about that. Maybe we go maybe we do a video Kane v Haaland video or something. But yeah, I agree. I don't think it's clear that Haaland is the way you should go. I am actually considering Kane, and I might actually have Kane in my team ahead of Haaland, especially for game week 1. But that's just my opinion on that. I'll let Jordan take some of these comments.
Okay, so we got Gravy Dave here who says, I like Coutinho for the first 2. Yeah, I do like Aston Villa's 2 first fixtures. It's just the ones after that are a bit more difficult. I mean, if the fixtures for Aston Villa were better, then I would actually personally go for Coutinho as well, because I quite like him, as mentioned previously. I've got another comment here from Never Give Out FPL. He says, I like the duo streams. You're getting 2 hosts instead of 1, and good stuff as well. Well, thank you very much for that comment, Never Give Out FPL. That's very appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Thank you for that comment.
And we've got FPL Alex here saying, what about Gordon? 5.5 mil, pretty nailed on, and could be a cheap gen if he hits a good run of form.
I'll go with Everton. I'm not so keen on their players. I think they were quite poor last season. They almost got relegated. I know Gordon was a bit of a decent shining light of their season, but they're another wait and see. I know the fixtures could be. Everton are a weird team. I'll have to see how they do think before I plunge into them. But maybe Gordon could be decent. I do agree because he did look decent in the few games that he did play last season. But it's Everton that kind of concerns me more because Lampard didn't really get much improvement out of them. I would say
that's very true. it might be more interesting because of Richarlison now is left from Everton. He's no longer there.
Well, that will make them worse, probably.
It might make it worse, or it might make Gordon be an absolute goal machine. Who knows? Like, strange things happen when the good players left the club. The rest of the team normally changes in terms of that. It's a weird thing, but it does. I've seen it happen in football teams. But yeah, we'll have to see with Everton.
Roger, I'm gonna send you something in the private chat if you can check.
Okay.
But yeah, guys. Yeah, let us know what you think of our picks, by the way. So just going through them. Let us know what you think of the picks. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Give us your thoughts. Drop it in the comments below. And yeah, we're gonna wrap the stream up now. We thought we'd do a quick stream, but obviously lasted 40 minutes. So yeah, that's what happens when you talk FPL, I guess. Got a few comments here. I'll let you take them quickly, Jordan.
Never Go FPL says Gordon was a good 4.5 pick. That's why I kept Neto in the draft. Gordon no option there. Yeah, I agree. 4.5 mil. Gordon was a better choice last season than a 5.5 this season. FPL River says Neto over Gordon. So yeah, I agree with that. FPL River says good stream as ever, boys. Thank you very much for that comment, FPL River. FPL Alex says, yeah, defo Neto over Gordon. Just if he can hit a run of form, he could be a good option for a short period.
Yeah, that's also true. But I think both could be good options. I think Everton, there's that worry there with how poor they were last year. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll be back again, obviously, with another stream, guys. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe. That's it from me and Jordan for today. We will be back again probably next week for another video. We will follow us on Twitter, guys. Let me just shout it out as I have to. There you go. The FPL Duo on Twitter. Follow us on there. Join our mini league also. The code is on the screen. Also, it's in the description below if you want to join. There's an auto link. So just click that and you'll be automatically added into our league. There are prizes to come. So, you know, if you want to win one of those prizes, we'll have to think of what it is. Well, me and Jordan will chat off stream and we'll decide for a prize. And we'll let you know what that is. But for now, that is it pretty much. And we hope to see you guys again on our next stream. I'm going to roll the outro because we've got a new outro. So, yeah. And we hope you guys... Oh, how do I do this? Okay, there you go. Yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you for watching. And yeah, Jordan, anything you'd like to add?
No, that's about it. Thank you, everyone, for watching, as Huss mentioned. And we appreciate all your comments that you've mentioned to us in the chat. It's been very interactive today, as it always is. You're amazing. And yeah, thanks for everyone.
Yep. Thank you, guys. And we will see you soon. Take care.